Anything that sounds not beautiful.
Ugly.
Ugly, right? Even if you're saying you don't want your contouring to look ugly, okay, you wouldn't actually say that. You would go, you don't want your unblended contour to, you would say it in a different sort of words, right? You wouldn't use the word. Cool, okay, so now we're going to move on to gun carrier. So this is about Second Amendment, gun rights, all those people in the United States that don't want guns to get taken away. It's also talking about not just preserving gun rights, but how to keep your guns really nice and safe, how to make sure that your kids can't get at guns or that you're carrying properly.
He's not a eunuch, I don't think. He has a son, so probably not. But he is. But we've got sources, where he lives out in Hollywood, lives that Hollywood life. Really, really fun guy to talk to. If you ever just want to get cheered up, I would just listen to him for 5 minutes because it's hilarious. But we were actually the first ones to break the Prince death, and we were the first ones to break a lot of other stories that I can't remember off the top of my head, but we actually have TMZ sourcing us. We have folks sourcing us now. Our shares are in the thousands and tens of thousands to make sure that you have your voice, make sure that you can be relatable, and what was the third? Anyone?
Video team?
What's that? Being relatable, yes. Creating those characters, right? Entertaining. Being entertaining. Being entertaining. Those three things. One more time. Trish.
Have a voice, be relatable, and be entertaining.
Yes. Nicely done. You'll also notice that all the sites that Lauren and Lisa showed you today were very similar looking. Guy, he's on all of our product videos.
You should just forward them all to Joe whenever they call.
We'll give you his cell phone number.
Another question. The picture that you showed earlier,
Riley Carlson, Tina.
Yeah.
Oh.
Aren't you afraid that somebody finds out that she's not really Riley?
This is a common question in the blogosphere, and Kate can probably speak to it a little more later when she's on, but using a pseudonym in blogging is a very common practice, right? And so it's not, most often than not, every character that you're going to see, except for Joe Marshall, that's his actual name, but a lot of people, they want to hide their actual identity, so they will hide behind like what was the one about the basting? Bailey Basting. Obviously, it's a fake name. That piece. I'm just kidding. No, actually, that's a fantastic theory, and it's actually really interesting to see that because marketing has a lot to do with psychology, and the unconscious psychology is very, very much what he's referring to. Any other guesses on why? Yes.
Cross-referencing.
Twin, what you got?
Cross-referencing. You're like linking the other side to the other one.
Really good theory. Really good theory. Any other theories? Trish.
Yeah, coming from having digitalmarketing.com, which is the best in the planet, as Karen said. We have studied digital marketing. So basically, what stuck in my mind during the last ENC or traffic and conversion was that whatever they teach you right now will be different the next year. So basically, our sites are on top of the line when it comes to structure, and that's why we have studied the psychology of the readers, like how they browse the internet. So basically, that's the best. Currently, that's the best structure for our web right now. That's my guess.
Really, really good theory. Joy.
Familiarity and branding.
Yeah. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by branding?
Branding. So you. It's
Talking about like native commerce branding, like all of the native commerce sites looks the same.
It's the same, and when someone gets familiar with what we do and how we look like a shirt or our product, then when we create a new site, then this is native commerce site.
So I wanted to go through this exercise. That's a really, really good theory too. All right. Yes, Bij, you have a theory?
Yeah. So we can maintain them all easily.
And that is the simplest answer as to why we do what we do. But it goes beyond that. But this is a good example of why we have the entire digital marketing community, other marketer companies that want to compete with us, other marketing companies that want to learn from digital marketer, looking at our sites every single day, every minute. They send us mistakes that we make. They send us bugs that we didn't find. They send us things that we're doing wrong because they're studying every single thing that we do that we're doing right. You know, we're going to, social media has a part in every single department, and the reason for that, again, is consistency, congruency. That's an ongoing theme across the board. Because one thing in marketing that we have to know is the moment you give the customer a single doubt as to why they should not buy something from you, they're not going to buy from you. They're finding everything on your websites, on your sales pages, any reason why not to buy from you. So don't give them a reason to think that way by being inconsistent, by being incongruent, right? We're staying consistent to our message, and that goes along with the voice too, the whole voice thing that Lisa and Lauren were talking about. So those are the things that to keep in mind and takeaways.